Hello, everyone. And rude comments like Donnie's do not need to be given here. If you don't understand, this channel raises money for helping Americans here in America that need help. We do not raise money for ourselves. We are a charity channel. It's listed right on our channel, and we have all the certifications for it. But good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. We got a lot of news to go over tonight. From what's happening in Russia, to what happened in Ukraine today, to what happened in China, Israel, the threats on Saudi Arabia, of course, pushing the U.S. dollar out, Germany fighting inflation worse than 1994 at this point, or 1949, sorry. It is a bad situation out there. First, let's talk about, of course, American housing outlook and how it's not looking good for Americans. Renters as doubt they'll ever own a home. Of course, rents are going up at a drastic rate. We know that. And mortgage rates are up already to 3 to 4%. Looking at as much as 12% by the end of the year, as the Fed's expected to raise the rates aggressively over the next 2 quarters. We'll see next month, or about 12 days from now, what the Feds are going to come out for with the rate coming up, but it is not looking good. Hello, Susie. Hello, Matt, Debbie, Susan, Zoe, Tia, Zona, Billy. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I still don't have my phone working, otherwise I would take the call. Yeah. Russia launching that Saturn II missile is not a good sign, but let's get to behind what's happening behind the closed doors. As, of course, Saudi Arabia moves closer to Russia, and so does China, pushing Biden for ostracizing him and to punish. Basically, they're going to punish the U.S. for ostracizing the Saudi prince. Suggests the cozy up of Russia and China and punishing him for sidelining him. As the President Biden has been critical of Saudi Arabia's human rights records and hasn't met with the sitting prince yet in person. King Solomon met last year to discuss how to get back at Biden for the site. But it's one thing after another. This is leading to a big problem. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman threatened to move the country closer to Russia and China to punish President Joe Biden for distancing him from the kingdom. Since coming to power, Biden administration had criticized Saudi's human rights and abuses and reeled in U.S. support for Saudi-led war in Yemen, and shunned the Crown Prince Mohammed Quequelity, known as MBS, as Biden has yet to meet him in person. In February 2021, the U.S. sanctioned dozens of Saudis believed to have played a role in the 2018 killings of killing of Washington Post writer Jamal Kalashnikov. The Crown Prince wasn't directly affected by the sanctions, but in response, the journal cited Saudi officials reporting that MBS, his advisors, and his king or his father, King Solomon, met last year at a seaside place to discuss further punishments for Biden they may have in store and how the kingdom can get a hold of them. Well, the punishments are coming. Siding, of course, with China right now with a gas crisis that we're facing. This is going to be a bad show. Bad show. As Saudi is moving to the yen, and Israel is following in a big upshot today. Israel, of course, the Central Bank of Israel, has added yen to its reserve holdings for the first time ever. Previously, the bank only held U.S. dollars and euros and British pound. The central bank will add Chinese yen while slashing its dollar and euro holdings in a move to diversify and distance itself and reserve allocations and lengthen its investment horizon, knowing that the U.S. has become unstable. We need a quote from the actual bank minister. We need to earn a return on reserves that will cover the cost of liability. Right now, the U.S. currency is not doing that. In addition to the yen, the bank will also add Canadian and Australian dollars, signaling a shift in the banks, the whole investment guidelines, and the philosophy. Most banks around the world have only previously held U.S. dollars, euros, and British pounds. This is the first time ever we are seeing this, as the reserve currencies are switching from the United States, causing the further downfall of the dollar. We're seeing this happen rapidly as we're watching what's happening around the world, as the U.S. dollar is drastically declining. Drastic decline in the U.S. dollar is coming at this rate. If we are no longer the world's currency, we are no longer secure in our currency. And of course, Saudi Arabia pushing out the U.S. dollar slowly and surely, moving clear as they've grown closer to China since the last year, and deepening ties with military, cultural, and economically with China. The U.S.-Saudi relationship is worsened. And upset that the U.S. is failing to guarantee its security in the face of a strike on the Arab Peninsula by Iran-backed rebels in Yemen. Furthermore, Saudi has failed to condone Russia's invasion of Ukraine, as it sought to avoid upsetting Russia by ignoring the U.S. request to increase oil output. Of course, now Saudi Arabia is lowering oil output by slowly turning the taps down. Of course, the U.S. or the White House ban on Russian oil imports are their own fault at this rate, is what they're saying. Citing Middle East, and U.S. officials reported that the Crown Prince ignored Biden's phone calls as the U.S. tried to woo Saudi for more oil, basically saying it's not happening. So this is a scary situation. We got the world powers, or the world's oil powers, now turning against us. Yeah. Give it a week, literally. Seeing Israel take on yen and other foreign currencies is a huge step. Saudi Arabia coming out in the open today and saying what they feel about what's happening is a huge step. I mean, Germany inflation has taken off drastically over the last couple of days. It topped 30%. 30% this month. Energy prices rose nearly 84% since the beginning of March. Price of natural gas has went up 144% in Germany. The European Union is failing. They can't afford prices of fuel. They can't afford prices of food. This is having a big impact. And the U.S. is, of course, going to try to help them out, and it's not going to help. It's not going to help anything. German consumers are paying already 41-year high of inflation, up almost 40% from the previous month. It is ridiculous. It's coming here because it's coming around the world. As our allies, of course, rely on oil and natural gas from Russia and being rationed and taken off the supply line. Somebody else has to provide that. Saudi Arabia, of course, is not bumping up the pumps at all. So where are the $25 billion worth of chemical and consumer goods that come out of Germany going to come from? And where's the country going to pay its workers? We don't know. It's going to be a hard time coming. As America, of course, is watching what's happening in our own markets as food and everything else go up. As prices go up, we are certainly having problems. That's going to be drastic. Yeah, they're talking about a stimulus check for low-income people. Again, another stimulus check. This is getting ridiculous. How many stimulus checks are they going to hand out in U.S. currency while raising the federal interest rate in order to stop this same exact thing from occurring? And I don't think my camera's been on for this whole time, and I don't know why it looks like I'm just looking down. I am sorry about that, you guys. I will try to restart my camera right now. I just noticed it when I looked down, and it says my camera is not on. I was looking down. I don't even look at my other screen normally, so you gotta apologize. I gotta apologize for that. But this is becoming ridiculous. Literally. Ridiculous. As Americans are facing a higher inflation rate and we're having to face what's going on in the world, nothing good is coming out for us. There we go. The camera should be resetting now. Goodness, that was crazy. The debt is going to keep going up. The debt is going to keep going up. 80 cents an ear for corn in the store. Just wait. Corn is going to expect to go to free. I think it's $12 a bushel now is expected outcome. $12 a bushel is expected yield from this fuel deal, pushing more of fuel into, or more ethanol into the fuel, causing food shortages. Yeah, fix the camera. Yeah, E15 is bad for your vehicle unless you have a hybrid vehicle that is made to burn E15. It is not good. I don't know if you guys looked at any of the testing of what comes out of E15 for smog rating, but even in the hybrid or high efficiency economic vehicles made for it, the smog ratings are through the roof. They don't even allow it in California because of that. But now it's legally allowed everywhere. So just wait for your pollution to increase at a drastic rate. $2 a head of lettuce there, that's a good deal. Yeah, E15, you burn more fuel, and not only that, it's an alcohol fuel, so you produce more smog. Producing more smog or more pollutants in the air is not cleaner. It's not better for the environment. Not only that, let's talk about what Russia did today that is just crazy. Russia stepped up the threat to the West after firing the Saturn II intercontinental ballistic missile that could destroy the UK with no problems whatsoever. It carries 16 warheads within it. It's actually the SR-28, or Cermat SR-28. NATO, of course, and the UK and everywhere watched what happens because this was a big, significant event. This is an intercontinental ballistic missile that has an 11,200-mile range that have been moved into Crimea. Of course, these missiles are moved into stationed in Crimea already. The chilling warning to the west that we saw by the test launch is fearsome. The capability of striking a target 11,200 miles away means basically the whole world is within range of this missile. It's a hypersonic missile traveling at around 16,000 miles an hour with a weight of 208 tons, diameter 10 feet wide, a length of almost 120 feet. This missile can be launched by their mobile launch platform, carrying 16 nuclear warheads at 550 kilotons each. The bomb that, of course, dropped on Hiroshima was just 15 kilotons. The bomb we dropped on Hiroshima was 15 kilotons. We're talking about 550 kiloton, 16 550 kiloton warheads within this one missile. That could easily strike. I mean, that's destroying 250 square miles, 250,000 square miles of land anywhere in the country, or anywhere in the world with a single missile. Capabilities are ridiculous. Amongst that, China is now saying they will provide any weapons Russia needs. And China has an arsenal. Capability of overcoming all modern means of anti-missile defense. This weapon is presented that Russia is not playing around anymore. Russia doing this is a drastic change. I mean, the RS-28 was designed to replace the R-36, which was a lot slower. Of course, it was an intercontinental ballistic missile, but it had nowhere near the capability of traveling 16,000 miles an hour. And it could deploy multiple warheads at once, which is geared towards targeting a hypersonic speed weapon, making it extremely difficult to bring it down. Of course, the launching of the first Russian hypersonic missile, true intercontinental ballistic missile, shows that they are ready for anything. This is not a defensive weapon by any means. This is a first strike weapon. This is an offensive weapon that Russia has shown that they're actively ready to deploy. And the test fire shows that it's capable of hitting targets across the globe. The accuracy is ridiculous for a weapon of this size. Literally having minutes from when we knew it was launched to when it hits our country would be a drastic system. Yep, Billy, you are right. And China also has a missile now that can detect by itself without any airplanes or guidance, detect an aircraft carrier and target it directly, which is big. Targeting and destroying an aircraft carrier with a single missile. Yep, that is true. Russia does not believe in mutually assured destruction. They believe in a first strike and hitting hard and destroying all means of fighting back. The missile launch today was today that Russia did. It's all over the news. They fired at a range of like 3,000 something miles today. I don't remember the exact range that they fired it. Showing that it reaches its speed. 3,600 miles they fired. From a firing range 3,600 miles away, and it hit directly on target. I mean, it could destroy an area the size of France with a single missile, with a single warhead the size of France. This is big, big news. It's sad. It's sad what's happening to America, watching it fall apart as, of course, Biden and, well, I can't even just say Biden at this point because it's our whole foreign administration, Department of Foreign Affairs. Of course, Biden is trying to push the mask mandate back into effect by going back into court as the Justice Department appeals the mask ruling. The CDC, of course, is saying it remains necessary for public health because there is a new coronavirus that is coming, but it's nowhere near as deadly. I wonder what is going to happen tonight. You know, today is 4/20. Elon Musk always does something crazy right at the end of 4/20. Buying something drastic or causing raises in currency, as Dogecoin coin, which is Elon Musk's coin, rockets higher than ever as it preps for tonight. Wondering what Musk is going to do next. It's just crazy. It is crazy. And of course, then we have Zelenskyy. Let's talk about Ukraine for a second because I know we've been talking about Russia, missile test. Zelenskyy now tries to claim that the planes and helicopters that the U.S. sent to him, that we never sent him. We sent him parts to fix aircraft, but we never sent him planes. How does that happen? Yeah, solar power, radio, and phone charger. Yeah, it makes you put it away. And if inside a Faraday cage of some kind. Please, guys, be safe out there. I'm going to cut it short tonight. God bless you guys, and thank you guys for being with me. I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand what's actually happening out there as we're watching this unfold, this nasty event. Of course, Yellen and Powell and foreign counterparts walking out of the G20 summit today when Russia and protest of Russia when they were trying to speak is not adding, it's not making this any better. It's adding more fuel to the fire. It is drastic. As we go forward, we got to remember we have each other. And the update on the bird flu, it's still killing more birds. The U.S. will not strike back if the U.S. is not able to recover, Patrick. U.S. has already announced that they would not do a mutually assured destruction. Or destruction. Prayers. Prayers for everybody. God bless you guys. If you were ever supposed to receive a coin from me this year, the U.S. mails are U.S. policy change. You cannot send currency through the mail anymore like that are silver or gold currency coins. So I will get back to you if you have messaged me. But thank you guys. God bless you. And have a great night.